Hello, I'm Bersabet Takhle, and you're watching ERi-TV. Welcome to English News Broadcast. Let us start with today's major headlines. One patient diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in test is carried out today. Reinforced social security programs being undertaken in Ansaba region. China says Pompeo urging to recognize Taiwan is quote-unquote babbling nonsense. And mosque bombing in Pakistan kills at least 30 people. On the local news, we have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. One patient has been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and test is carried out today at testing station in the central region. On the other hand, 3 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in a hospital in the southern region have recovered fully and have been discharged from this facility. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly increased to 9,603, while the number of deaths stands at 103. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 9,708. Ministry of Health, Asmara, March 4, 2022. At a meeting conducted on the 1st of March, the Ministry of Labour and Social Welfare branch in Ansaba region stated that intensive programs will be undertaken this year with the view to ensure the social security of nationals. Noting that identification and providing solutions to the problems the society face requires rigorous research and commitment, Mr. Mohammed Jabir, head of the branch, called for strong participation and integrated effort of all concerned institutions. Pointing out that intensive awareness-raising campaigns should be undertaken aimed at ensuring children's rights as well as elimination of harmful practices, Mr. Mohammed reminded that supporting the disabled is the responsibility of every citizen. At the meeting, it was reported that in 2021, about 40 million nafa was dispersed to families of martyrs, 265,572 nafa to disadvantaged families, over 1 million nafa to 156 orphan caregivers, and various educational materials to 1,050 homeless and disadvantaged students. Besides, over 5.5 million nafa was extended with the view to enable disadvantaged families become economically self-supportive, as well as to the development of community-based rehabilitation programs and disadvantaged women and senior citizens, and that material support was extended to disadvantaged families in Karen, Haggaz, Adita Kalezan, Ilaberet, and Hamel Malo. The report also indicated that extensive awareness-raising campaigns and seminars were organized focusing on ensuring child rights and security, illegal immigration and its consequences, as well as eliminating harmful practices. The Director General of Social Services in Ansaba region, Mr. Tesfatian Girmay, on his part, underlining the seriousness of the task to be undertaken, called for the integrated effort of all institutions. Finally, participants conducted extensive discussion on the report presented and adopted various recommendations. Seminars focusing on raising the awareness of women on various issues have been conducted in the Central Region in connection with March 8, International Women's Day. At the seminars conducted at the Eritrean Police and Central Region Administration Halls, the Acting Commander of Police of Central Region, Lieutenant Colonel Girmay Gebra Mikael, noting that women comprise half of the population of the Eritrean society, called on them to play leading role in abiding by and ensuring rule of law, and as well as play due part in the prevention of crimes and offences. Lieutenant Colonel Girmay further called on women to actively engage in the prevention of seldom occurring rape cases as well as harmful practices. In a speech delivered focusing on the preservation and ensuring the continuity of history and struggle of the Eritrean people, Mr. Amanatullah Abdurrahman from Rora Digital Library, on his part indicating the decisive role of women, particularly mothers, to that regard called on youth females to fully comprehend the rich history and reinforce their resilience. Speaking at the event, Ms. Taka Atesfa Mikael, President of the National Union of Eritrean Women, on her part, underlining the significance of commemorating March 8, International Women's Day, called on women, particularly the youth, to exert effort in line to the theme of the day, that is, principled belief for timely imperative. Bridges on the Amhara-Orona road that have been seriously damaged are being renovated by members of the Eritrean Defense Forces with the missionary support. Several bridges around Ginseba and Mahkono, as well as Mba Araba and Addenebri areas, are near to completion, according to reports from ERINA. Residents of 11 villages of Addenebri and Ginseba administrative areas, as well as Mai Aini Suburban Center, Mai Aini Subzone, are taking the initiative to encourage the members of the Eritrean Defense Forces involved in the infrastructure renovation activity. That was domestic news. Do stay for the international one after the short break. Welcome back. China's foreign ministry said today that former U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo was quote-unquote bubbling nonsense after he urged the U.S. government to formally recognize Taiwan. Pompeo made the comments during a speech in Taipei today after he met Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen yesterday, who bestowed a presidential honor on him. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin called Pompeo, quote-unquote, a former politician whose credibility has long gone bankrupt. Washington ended formal diplomatic relations with Taiwan in 1979 when it recognized the People's Republic of China. China says Taiwan is the most important and sensitive issue in its relations with Washington. A powerful bomb exploded inside Shia Mosque in Pakistan's northwestern city of Peshawar today, killing more than 30 worshippers and wounding dozens more, many of them critically. The explosion occurred as worshippers had gathered in the Kusha Rizaldar Mosque in Peshawar's Old City area for Friday prayers. Peshawar Police Chief Mohammed Ijaz Khan said that at least 150 worshippers were inside the mosque at the time of the explosion, and the violence started when two armed attackers opened fire on police outside the mosque. One assailant and one policeman were killed in the gunfight, and another policeman was wounded. The remaining attacker then entered the mosque and detonated a bomb. Ambulances rushed through congested narrow streets and took the wounded to Lady Reading Hospital. According to the hospital spokesman, Mohammed Asim, more than 60 people were injured, and the death toll may still rise. Reports show that in recent months, Pakistan has experienced an increase in violence. You're still watching ERi-TV, and now a recap of today's major headlines. One patient diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and test is carried out today. Reinforced social security programs being undertaken in Ansaba region. China says Pompeo's urging to recognize Taiwan is quote-unquote bubbling nonsense. And mosque bombing in Pakistan kills at least 30 people. That was it for today. Thanks for watching.